Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We continue with Huquq al-Zawjayn. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed the ayat to Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, tell your wives, your noble wives, if they aspire for the dunya and the beauty and the glitter of the dunya, then you must say it very clearly, we want the dunya. Umat'ikunna, tell them, I will give you something of the dunya, وَأُسَرِّحْكُنَّ سَرَاحًا جَمِيلًا, and I will leave you to be free. Now what is hayat al-dunya wa zinataha? Today's term, zinatuha, is going to the malls, shopping till you're dropping, buying one shoe after another shoe, having so much dresses that the cupboards are splitting. There is not enough place for goods to be kept. There are so many shoes, you are confused even which one you must wear. So understand, respected sisters in Islam, you are a person who is desirous of the dunya. The more you get, the more you'll want. This sickness will not stop. This hubbi dunya, it's called hubbi dunya, love for the dunya, it's not going to stop. Till you are close to, even as you come closer to maut, you will still be admiring the jewelry of the dunya, and you will be still admiring the huge sales that are on, and we can get specials. And even with a walking stick, you will go and you will want to dress up. Don't think it won't happen to me. Don't think like that. May Allah save us from being deceived by our nafs, that no, I will be fine. There comes a time a person must, with the further of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, acclimatize themselves and adopt and embrace the notion of maut. I saw today something, I'll bring it in between, and I'm going to carry on. In a Cape, in a certain town, this is real news, not fake news, you can see. They open a facility, janaza facility in Mouseberry, or whatever it may be. There's one place that say. Oh, it's a brand new ghusl facility. They have a grand opening ceremony. Mark my words, really, it's the truth. Grand opening ceremony, a ribbon being cut also perhaps. And who is in the grand opening ceremony? Muslims, non-Muslims, males, females. They are posing in the janaza ghusl room. You know where they give ghusl? In kafan. They're actually posing there. Allah have raham. May Allah Ta'ala have mercy. And hopefully, it could be I've misunderstood, but there appears to be one person, it's got a piece of janaza and of kafan and posing, like, you know, it's a brand new dress from Paris or something like that, you know. So dead the heart has become, so utterly dead, that they can't understand what are we doing here as women. How can we call non-Muslims? This is the ultimate place before a person leaves his worldly abode. That janaza, kafan, ghusl room, it's supposed to inspire fear. And when you fear Allah Ta'ala, you're not going to be disobedient to Allah Ta'ala. You fear the government law, you fear the breaking of the COVID rules. You never went shopping and you never posed in Woolworths here, I'm buying something. With, even things like blankets were prohibited in buying children's clothing, although it was bitter winter. So you're not going to do that. But Allah's law is so cheap, and maut is such a amusing chapter that, you know what, you can take photographs there, get yourself video there, as long as you're in the limelight. This is what the love of the dunya does. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam gave an option. आप सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम, जब आप हजूर पाक सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम पर ये आयत नाजिल हुई, तो आप सबसे अव्वल हज़रत आयशा रज़ियल्लाहु अन्हा के पास तशरीफ़ लाए, और चूँकि हज़रत आयशा रज़ियल्लाहु ताला अन्हा 9 उम्र थी, क्योंकि 9 बरस की उम्र में वो आपके पास आई थी, और आपके वफ़ात के वक्त उनकी उम्र कुल 18 साल की थी, तो आपने ये ख्याल किया कि इस उम्र में समझ कम होती है, ऐसा ना हो कि उनके मुंह से ये निकल जाए कि हम तो दुनिया चाहते हैं, इसलिए आपने आयत सुनाते हैं। सुनाने से पहले यूँ फरमाया कि आयशा, मैं तुमसे एक बार कहना चाहता हूँ। The ayat were revealed to Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. 1 month he stayed away from his wife because they had to make a decision. It was a very, very important decision. After they demanded whatever they demanded, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam secluded himself and for a month away from them. There was darkness in Medina Munawwara, though the sun was shining bright, because Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was upset. Every mu'min, Muslim, mu'mina, Muslima, each and every one of them were dispirited and despondent. The munafiqin, as always, would be were celebrating, and yet Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam at the same time, he understood that we are now at that moment in our relationship that they must make a choice. I've had a mission, and the mission was what? To convey to the Ummah, listen, this world is your temporary abode. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam himself said, I'm like a traveler. He goes, he gets tired, lies under a tree, takes some shade, sleeps a little while, thereafter he wakes up and moves on. This is the similarity with me in this my relationship with this dunya. For a few moments I'm here in comparison to the everlasting hereafter, and I'm going to move on. And if these wives, whoever was involved in it, if they wish to pull me in a direction and fill my home with lots of worldly things and spruce themselves up with extravagant things, well, it is beyond my mission. For I'm here to train first and foremost my household people. That was the mission of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. That's why repeatedly he used to make tarbiyat of Hazrat Aisha radiallahu ta'ala. He made tarbiyat of her when she indicated with her hand concerning a certain co-wife or that one, and she made it a short one. She with her palm lifted her hand. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam told her, "Oh Aisha, you've done something very, very wrong," and he made a tarbiyat. He made the tarbiyat of each and every one. So Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam didn't want to be in a situation where he was going to compromise his principles. Today, if a husband had to do this, you see how the world would come down on him. He's heartless. Oh, Allah, how can he treat his wife like that? Every husband has a different temperament. Wives also have to understand a husband's temperament. If he doesn't want to buy something, but it mustn't be, he don't want to buy something for her, and he buys himself Nike shoes and what you can call Adidas t-shirts and whatever it may be, and he's living it up, and he says, I don't want the dunya for you. Wala hawla wala quwwata illa billahi al-azim. So Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam first when these ayat were revealed, he went to Hazrat Aisha radiallahu ta'ala. Why? He had a very soft spot for Hazrat Aisha radiallahu ta'ala, and she was very young. At the age of 9 she got married. Please don't think, oh, only at the age of 9. Here in South Africa we're hearing reports, age of 10 the children are in school, they are already giving birth. Now you must understand the zamana of that zamana, in the desert of that desert, and you have to understand the culture of that time of people. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam went first to her because she was young. She may just have blurted out, I want the dunya. Being young and not fully understanding perhaps the implications, she may have chosen the dunya. So Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam approached her and told her the first thing, that Aisha, oh Aisha, मैं तुमसे एक बात कहना चाहता हूँ. I want to tell you something. मगर अगर उसके जवाब में जल्दी न करना, but don't be in a hurry to give me answer. Don't rush. बल्कि अपने वालिदैन से मशवरा करके जवाब देना. Instead you should make मशवरा with your parents, then you must give me an answer. क्योंकि आप खूब जानते थे कि उनके वालिदैन हज़ूर सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम से अलाइदगी की राय कभी नहीं दे सकते. Because Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam knew well that if she goes to Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu and her mother, they would never ever give a mashwara, leave Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and choose the dunya. उसके बाद आपने ये आयत उनको सुनाई. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam after recited the ayah, but before reciting he told her, see her, you go and first discuss with your parents and then you come back with the answer. But the moment he recited that particular ayah, Hazrat Aisha radiallahu anha को ये मज़मून सुन कर जोश हुआ और अर्ज़ किया. When Aisha radiallahu anha listened to the ayah, Ya ayyuhan nabiyyu qul li azwajika in kuntunna turidna al-hayata ad-dunya wa zinataha fata'alina umatti'ukunna wa usarrihkunna sarahan jamila. When she just heard this ayat, immediately, very, very passionately, she said, Afi hadha astamiru abawayya? क्या मैं इस बात के लिए अपने माँ बाप से मशवरा करूंगी? Do you think, Ya Rasulullah, I'm going to make you a mashwara with my parents concerning this here? मैंने अल्लाह और उसके रसूल को और आखिरत को इख्तियार किया. Immediately she said, I've chosen Allah, and I've chosen His Rasul, and I've chosen आखिरah. हजूर सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम के जवाब से बहुत मसरूर हुए. नबी सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम was extremely happy with her answer to हज़रत आयशा रज़ियल्लाहु अन्हा ने अर्ज़ किया, या रसूल अल्लाह, किसी और बीवी से ये न किए कि आयशा ने ये जवाब दिया. Now Rasulullah was very, very happy that she chose Allah and His Rasulullah. But she knew he's going to go to the other wives. So what did she say to Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam? Ya Rasulullah, listen here, please. Don't tell any of the other wives I gave this answer. She still wanted Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam for her own self. So don't go and tell them I gave you this answer. I've chosen you. हज़ूर सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने फरमाया कि अगर मुझसे किसी ने पूछा तो मैं छुपाऊंगा नहीं. See how honest, transparent, how wonderfully fair is our Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He loved Hazrat Aisha radiallahu ta'ala more than the others. In hadith it's very clear. But what does the Nabi say? And she wants this from him. Please, just don't tell anyone else I've chosen you. Meaning maybe they'll make a mistake. They'll say dunya, dunya. Then I give all for myself. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, no, Aisha, I can't hide the truth if they ask me. He never worried about her feelings. But I can't speak anything that is not a fact. If they ask me, I'll tell them. और करने की बात है कि हक़ ताला ने अज़वाज मुतहरात को ज़्यादा खर्च मांगने से तो मना फरमाया, उनको नाज की बात से मना नहीं फरमाया. Now think people, Mu'athan says, the Azwaj Mutahharat, when he wanted extra in income, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala came in between, and Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam made it very clear that it's not going to be extra additional income. And where it was, that I'm only going to worship Allah Ta'ala. I'm not going to stand for Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Allah Ta'ala didn't say, why do you speak like this to my Nabi? I'll conclude with one small little incident. Hazrat Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha, a time came in her life after Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam passed away. A whole bag filled with gold coins was gifted to her. It was brought to her door in a message, it was from one of the rulers or Khalifa of the time. This is for you, O Aisha radiallahu ta'ala. It was brought, she thanked whoever. It was one small room where the Sasam is buried right now. Thereafter she gave an instruction, put a curtain between me and that wealth. He said, why? He said, no, I find it very uncomfortable that I must be in the same room where there is so much money. Put a curtain, make an announcement, people of Medina come, whoever needs, and distribute everything. By the night, everything was distributed. Her slave girl told her, Ya Mu'mineen, there is not even a khajur left for you today to break your roza. She distributed everything. Such was her despise for the worldly life. We are not prepared to patch one dress. We are not prepared to patch one kurta. Everything must be brand new. Everything must be sparkle. And everything must be, tip-top. Don't we fear, what? I can't think even of patching. I'm not saying all your kurtas. At least one, or at least one dress. What is this here? I must buy, and buy. How will I leave the dunya? I will have to go into a kafan and everything will remain behind. Khuda Hafiz.